Now, listen, you guys, it looks like Tasha K has finally realized that, listen, it's not worth keeping on talking about the Transformer and her husband, because clearly that is what they want. And I feel like I might actually take the same stance, because at this point, you guys, I'm sure you can see that this is even more personal. This is not about music anymore. It's giving pathetic, it's giving evil, it's giving wicked, in my own opinion, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you look at the roots of this beef, you would realize that Nicki Minaj did not wrong this woman in any way. But the obsession of this woman to see Nicki Minaj, actually to wanting to see Nicki Minaj unhappy, is scary at this point. You threw a shoe at her, she got laughed at for that, and now years later you don't want her to make music. You can tell that her desire is for Nicki Minaj to have a mental breakdown, and at this point it's not even funny anymore. It's not even a stan situation, a fan situation anymore. This is actually creepy and scary, because I'm like, how low can you go? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think this is also going to be my final rant on this channel regarding this entire situation. I honestly initially didn't want to cover this, but I feel like, okay, let's talk about it once and for all. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you're doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys, and without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. Now, you guys do know that Kenneth Petty ended up getting sentenced to house arrest after all these things that transpired between her and the Transformer's husband. And at this point, honestly speaking, it's giving wicked witch from the pole. That's what it's giving at this point in time, because clearly she's not just after Nicki Minaj's career. Clearly she doesn't even want to see Nicki Minaj happy even in a home. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's beyond music anymore. And where this animosity came from originally, I don't know, you guys, because I would love to blame even, the executives and things like that for telling her that her job was to take out Nicki Minaj. But I'm like, even if you would agree to something like that, if you're a human being, if you've got a heart, I mean, you would know that, okay, I'm just doing this, to get ahead in terms of career. But deep down, this woman didn't do me, any wrong. The ability that she had to basically turn Nicki Minaj into an enemy after a meeting with the execs, it is wild, you guys. It is insane. It is crazy. Okay? So, yeah, without further ado, let us break down the entire situation that got, Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj where they are today, okay? And if you do not believe it, well, that's your own story. But at this point in time, I think I'm just gonna, I'm just going to say out what transpired. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because listen, no matter how much you want to try and justify and deny it, either way, we may blame, Kenneth Petty and say that, oh, well, why did he take the bait? But if he hadn't, popped out, they knew that, well, people would clown him and would basically call him a fake G. Do you understand what I'm saying? So either way, this husband and wife knew what they were doing. And to see people supporting this nonsense is pathetic. Because majority of the people, if you do ask them, what did Nicki Minaj do? They don't have an explanation. It's the lies that were fed into this media and the paid bloggers that the Transformer took in. Okay? So, you guys, this is how exactly things happened, okay? For years, Nicki Minaj was not, releasing anything. She was out here in her little hiatus, enjoying her time, raising a son. And during all those years, the Transformer did not want to put out an album. Do you understand what I'm saying? She didn't care to put out an album. And then later on, Nicki Minaj came back and, started releasing, music. All this while the Transformer was saying she's scared of releasing new music. She's scared of, releasing a new album. And she would also say that she doesn't do collabs and things like that. And Nicki Minaj started going on a feature run, okay? She went on a feature run, and this is nothing new to Nicki Minaj, because if you do know her, even from back then, she was on every remix. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so the Transformer again decided to also go on a feature run. She did a little thing with Lato. She did a little thing with Glow. She did a thing. Like, she was literally on a feature run, which was surprising for somebody who had previously said that, well, she doesn't do collaborations. Okay. And then Nicki Minaj went on to announce Pink Friday 2 and the release dates. And then the Transformer magically starts talking about her album, you guys. Okay, that's coincidence still, huh? You still want to claim that is coincidence, okay? And so, yeah, Nicki Minaj dropped a single, Last Time I Saw You. The Transformer came in saying that, oh, well, I've got new music, did a little thing with, bongos and stuff like that. Nicki Minaj announced that she is going to be hosting and performing at the VMAs. Everybody was waiting to see that performance. The Transformer magically, all of a sudden, with, of course, Bongo 2, it was announced that they are now performing, and people do believe that, well, there was a little bit of payola for them to actually perform there, okay? And somebody calls the VMAs the night before and complains about Nicki Minaj hosting, scared that Nicki Minaj would say some things and stuff like that, okay? Still, Nicki Minaj went ahead, did a little performance, stole the moment, stole the shine. Everybody was talking about Nicki Minaj in that moment. Transformer goes to the bathroom, decides to act soft P with the husband in the bathroom. All that to distract people, to try and steal the shine from Nicki Minaj. But hey, I know that her fans will still come in the comment section and justify that. And after that, went on Twitter, started tweeting that, oh, wow, I wasn't even flinching, shading Nicki Minaj for that day at the VMAs. Offset goes ahead to poke Kenneth Petty, and he did this knowing very well that either way, Kenneth was at the losing end. They have the media by their side. Do you understand what I'm saying? So him sending, Kenneth Petty that DM, or like the Kenneth Petty's friend, the DM, he knew that if Kenneth Petty wouldn't actually step out and say, I'm outside, I'm here to meet you, he would then take the text to to social media and say that, oh, well, he's not even a real G. He couldn't even pull up. Do you understand what I'm saying? The same way that people were clowning his wife for not fighting with the Transformer physically, and is now applauding, the Transformer for throwing a shoe and going physical on a wife. These are the same people. Do you understand what I'm saying? All these blogs that are out there basically calling out Kenneth Petty for pulling out at Offset are the same people who clown Nicki Minaj for not wanting to get physical with the Transformer. Do you see the hypocrisy? You hear Charlamagne the God saying, oh my God, basically trashing everything that Kenneth Petty did. In 2018, you were out here applauding physical violence. Do you understand what I'm saying? And at this point, it's sad to watch, because you do see a lot of people supporting this kind of behavior. I'm like, what exactly do you want from Nicki Minaj? Like, what do you want from this woman? Where is all this animosity coming from? How big is the checks that you're getting for you to be, working against this woman like this over time? I'm seeing all these messy blogs. This is not the energy that you had when your person was going physical with Nicki Minaj back then. But now you're shaming the husband for actually stepping up actually to Offset wanting to meet him outside. If it were another person, you would be out here singing that Offset is a snitch. But because it's Nicki Minaj, no, Offset is not the snitch. Kenneth Petty is silly for doing this. I'm just like, how big are the checks? Like, how heartless do you have to be? This woman is just trying to do what she loves. I mean, she was rapping, she was doing her mixtapes even before the fame. She clearly loves the craft. And you want to make sure that she doesn't release anything. Like, what are you getting from this? How much is the money that gets you so ruthless like this? It's pathetic, you guys, at this point, honestly. You see all these blogs, you see all these big media platforms against one woman. And the Transformer wants to come out here and act like she's the victim. Like, we don't know exactly what's going on. Like, the payola of the blogs is not clear, is not in our sight. You guys, it's one day that people will begin to actually appreciate the woman that Nicki Minaj is. Because it's crazy, you guys. You literally come into the industry, you don't have any talent, you don't have anything, just to make an enemy of this woman. Why? Because she's winning. It's scary when you think about it. It's scary that the same person who's out here clearly hating you is walking around with your face shamelessly. I mean, you guys, this is absolutely scary. Okay? This is scary, you guys. And so, yeah, you might want to say that, oh, well, Offset didn't bait, it didn't bait him and think that, what was that? You're calling someone, you're telling them, pull up here, and you're running away and bragging somewhere else in a jet. So what were you exactly trying to do? Mind you, this is not his first time doing that. He did the same thing to Chris Brown. And you people just give him a pass. A whole grown woman baiting another man. What kind of behavior is that? You're the one who gave him your location. He pulled out to your location. You're running away. You've gotten him in trouble with the police. And now the internet is still applauding you. I mean, wow. It must be amazing being them, you guys. It must be amazing being this evil, you guys. But I will tell you one thing. Karma is a real thing. Karma is a real thing, you guys. Who knew that after Shida and everything that happened, Remy Ma would be where she is right now? Who knew that after accusing Nicki Minaj of sleeping with the whole industry, her cheating scandals would be all over the internet like this? That's one thing about karma. That's one thing about God, okay? You may forget, you may think you're smart, you may do your little voodoo, you may do your little thing, but one day it will come back to bite you. I will tell you that. That's one thing I will promise. So you guys, after Kenneth basically pulled up, the police magically just decided to arrest Kenny. And guess what? The paid bloggers are going out here basically calling Kenny out for being this, for being that. So, I mean, no matter what you do, if you're Nicki Minaj, you can never win with these blogs, okay? You choose to stay away from physical violence. They applaud, this woman for basically physically violating you. They're applauding her. Your husband then decides to step up for you with this woman's, husband. Your husband is getting crucified for basically pulling up, okay? When this man wanted to do that. It's one day, you guys. I'm telling you, who knew that Wendy Williams would end like that? I will give you a very good example. I feel like these people, like the Charlamagnes and stuff like that, they do forget. Who knew that Wendy Williams would have an end to a show like that? Not that I'm celebrating it, but I'm just telling you that, you know what? Life has a way of humbling people. And what you saw, you guys, you would definitely reap. Like, you may fool the world, you may do your little voodoo, you may do all this. But one thing that I know is after all has been said and done, after you have tried fooling the whole internet, after you have turned the entire industry against a woman who hasn't done anything, God is not sleeping, you guys. That's one thing that I know. And He literally inspects our hearts. And He knows exactly your intentions. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you may fool the world and things like that, but He literally knows your heart, okay? And He will act accordingly. That's one thing that I know. So I will come back to this entire video, you guys. I will come back to this video and I'll be like, you guys remember what I told you. Because it's all fun and games right now when you have people supporting you, when you have people literally trying to push this woman who hasn't done anything to you into having a mental breakdown. Do you think God will just watch at you, will just look at you and allow you to get away with that? No, He will not. You guys, you may feel like you're winning right now, but listen, God is watching. I will tell you that. So after Kenny responded, you guys, of course, the bloggers are going around, hyping it up. Oh my goodness, he's so silly for that. Nicki Minaj ignored that entire situation, did not address it. After the Transformer realized that, you guys, that this is what's about to happen, she then says, oh my God, I'm going to be leaving social media and things like that, because she didn't want to be called a snitch, okay? And Nicki Minaj still keeps doing her own thing. And then the following morning after announcing the previous night that she's leaving social media, she's out here responding to a tweet that directly mentions Kenneth Petty and, of course, Nicki Minaj. This is somebody who had said that they're leaving social media. Clearly, it's not enough. Not seeing Nicki Minaj losing it on the internet is not giving her rest. What kind of a person do you have to be? She's ignoring it. She's focusing on her album. You guys are trying to disrupt her rollout. For what reason, actually? I do not know. Up to now. You've got to be a wicked person to wish bad on somebody who hasn't done anything to you to this extent. But you guys, hopefully this is just going to be my last thing about the Transformer on this channel, because clearly this has gone more personal than just music. Clearly the dislike or hate that she has for this woman, only she knows why she's like this. Okay? And I'll just leave it here. So yeah, do hop into the comment section, you guys, and let me know, do you think we should continue covering that, or do you think that we should totally leave them out of our algorithm? But then another thing that then saddens me is that the more we choose to not address things like this and actually call a spade, the more they win, because now it's only going to be their bloggers that are out there addressing situations like this. So genuinely, you guys, do let me know on this channel, what do you think should be the way forward? Do you think we should completely stop reporting on this or even calling them out? Or what exactly do you think about that, you guys? Like, let me know, because right now I don't even know the step to take. Okay, I don't know whether I should go quiet. But then again, it irks me, because that's exactly what happened in 2018. She had all the media. Do you understand what I'm saying? So honestly, let me know, you guys, what you think about that in the comment section. Until my next one, see you.